Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. Thank you for joining me.
Even in normal times, you love to interact with customers. You love to talk to them to see what they're thinking. What you're hearing from the customers, how did these conversations go?
The message that I had for them and other senior people in the bank was that we'll be there for you. The best relationships are forged in difficult times. I'm really proud of all the Scotiabankers out there that have been talking to their clients. Anxiety levels are high, and they've really performed well. Customers need advice. We've been there for them to provide the advice and walk them through some of these different programs that the government's put in place. This is where an organization really shows what it's all about. And I've often said banking is a calling. There's no other time in my career of 39 years that I've seen it, is that bankers are really out there helping our customers, helping their communities, and being a big part of society generally. The bank in a period of stress is like a shock absorber. We're there to provide liquidity for our clients when their liquidity situation gets tight. And that's exactly what we've been doing, is providing liquidity, seeing them through this difficult period. If you don't have sound banks, you're not going to have a strong economic recovery.
How do you balance out the short term with the medium term or even the longer term as we think about this bank?
When you have a crisis of this nature, your first priorities are your employees and then our customers, of course. But part of our job is to think on the other side, how do we come out of this crisis? And we will. And how do we position the bank going forward?
You've talked a lot about being downturn ready. So help us put it in context.
We certainly didn't foresee this type of environment, but being downturn ready, we've spent cumulatively $15 billion on technology in the last 5 years. We spent it on being operationally resilient, making sure that people could work from home. So today, approximately 60% of Scotiabankers are working from home. Probably get closer to 80% by the time we're through this. Our contact centers are facing 2 or 3 times the volume of calls. Wait times are less than the industry average. Those type of investments we made in people, process, and technology have really worked well for us. So that's one side of being downturn ready. The other side was we weren't reaching for business. We're not in the leveraged loan market in the U.S., which you can see the U.S. banks are taking extra provisions for that type of risk they took on.
Is there anything else in closing that you'd like to say to customers or employees?
The major message is all crises come to an end. This one will too. And it will take some time to get back to whatever normal is. But we'll get there, and the best minds in the world are working on this. From a research perspective, we'll beat this virus. There's no question about that, and society will be stronger for it.